Important immigration changes in Canada this November. The country not only shared its new immigration levels plan for 3 years but also imposed changes in some programs, for which specialists Canada opens its doors and who will have to work hard to be invited. We'll tell you everything right now. Hi from Canada. We are assisting with visas, immigration, and education in Canada. The latest weeks have been inspiring for everyone interested in moving to Canada. First, in November, Canada announced its new immigration levels plan and set new record-breaking goals for inviting newcomers. In 2024, Canada is going to welcome 485,000 immigrants, then 500,000 in 2025, and 500,000 more in 2026. Following the federal Minister of Immigration, provincial officials stepped up. There is good news for 3 immigration programs. But first things first. Let's start with the province of Saskatchewan. The authorities decided to expand the immigration program, namely the skilled worker with existing work permit stream designed for candidates with work experience in Saskatchewan. Previously, it was only for skilled workers and tradespeople. Now the province is willing to consider specialists in low-skilled and unskilled occupations that require no professional education or only short-term training. This innovation opens the way to Canada for almost 280 professions. Moving on, the next is Nova Scotia. This province is actively inviting healthcare workers. Recently, Nova Scotia has sent out a portion of invitations through its pilot stream for healthcare professionals. Those who have received invitations proceed further along the simplified path to obtaining permanent residence. They are required to have a job offer in Nova Scotia, a valid language test, educational credentials, and a recommendation letter. We'll share the full information about this pilot in the video description. Unfortunately, we need to interrupt the flow of good news, but then we'll get back to updates on immigration programs. Bad news came in November for truck drivers. Representatives of this profession can no longer apply for a certificate of qualification. This is a document that confirms that a person can work in Canada in a specific profession. How does this affect truckers? This doesn't mean that they can't move to Canada anymore. It's just that the certificate of qualification allows you to score 50 additional points in the express entry system, and now truckers can't get them. If you don't score enough, these 50 points can be decisive. Still, truck drivers are very welcome in Canada. By the way, if you already have an express entry profile, and you are a truck driver, you need to update it. One more negative news is about the province of Quebec. Soon all immigration streams of Quebec will require candidates to know French. And in 2024, the regular skilled worker program will be closed and replaced by another program called the Qualified Worker Selection Program. Now back to the good news. Canada continues to welcome not only economic migrants, workers, students, entrepreneurs. In the country's immigration plan, there is a quota for refugees, and they are traditionally helped by special sponsorship groups. Previously, documents through these organizations were submitted by mail, but now this is done through a special portal. The process has become much simpler and the likelihood of errors is lower. In general, the Ministry of Immigration is slowly but surely moving towards digital optimization. Probably one day we will submit all applications only this way. Finally, some good things for everyone considering living in one of the Atlantic provinces of Canada, Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, Newfoundland and Labrador, or Prince Edward Island. There's a special Atlantic immigration program for such candidates. The main requirement is a job offer from an employer in one of the provinces. It's easier to get an offer in Atlantic Canada than in any other part of the country because many employers have a right to hire foreigners in a simplified way. So, starting November 2023, candidates for the Atlantic program can apply for an extended work permit, up to 2 years. This means that newcomers will have even more time to gain a foothold in the region. The deadline for submitting documents has also been lifted. Previously, you had to send them within 90 days after receiving your work permit, but now you can take your time and prepare all the papers at your own pace. That's it for today. Please like the video to support us. Subscribe to our channel and click on the bell icon to stay updated. Here we talk a lot about immigration to Canada and life in this country. See you in Canada.